Yo, Skitty Tube, it's Deadshots. So if you guys been tuning in to my recent updates on the channel, meaning the announcements at the end of the video, the descriptions, or the poll that I put out a few days ago, the next few videos will be focused on Battle Royale, so not the usual Ranked Seasons gameplay that you guys are used to seeing, and that's because I really feel like I have to share this information with you guys, and it's how I've been getting all my stubs this year. I'm really invested on Battle Royale, however, and that's because of this method, or really just the game mode in general. They made it kind of easier this year, and they also kind of made the cards kind of worse, making it so like not many people are playing it and not many great people are playing the game mode. So that's just me, but like I said, this video is going to be how I go, or how to go flawless almost every single time, or the most effective way you can go flawless in Battle Royale. So I'm going to split this video in around 1, 2, maybe 3 parts. The first one being how to draft. And bear with me, this might be a long time, it might be a lot of talking, you might not get a lot of what I'm saying, but that's really because a lot of in-depth thinking goes into drafting, and you may not even think that or even like piece that together right now, but you'll see. It also might be pretty expensive. I think I just sold someone, but yeah, it might take a lot of stubs because I like to go for what I call the perfect or most optimal BR team you can make, and that can cost a lot of redrafts, I'm not going to lie. And then the second and third section will be probably just how to play BR, how to stay in it mentally, but more importantly, how to queue up for games, and that's really where the trick comes in. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's jump right into it. So yeah, just a quick little editor's note before we get into the video. For the rest of the video, I'm probably going to be putting a bunch of text on the screen. It's going to have like number 1, blah, 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 blah. And in those, they're going to be like little tidbits or like general summaries of what I'm saying at that point of the video. So if you want to remember some stuff, like some key takeaways of what I'm saying, definitely jot those down or just remember those because those are really important. Okay, let's get right back to the video. I know. It's tedious to look at supercharges and draft for supercharges. It takes a long time and it costs a lot more to draft for supercharges. But that's just how it is. You have to draft for supercharges. They're so valuable in this game. And if you get 1, 2, especially with this many, there's so many. Getting even 2 is not even the greatest. Getting 3 is so optimal in this game, and so that's where the the term optimal draft comes. So let's just look over. You got to take a few mental notes. So we got in the 1 day 12-hour mark for time remaining on these supercharged players. We have a right fielder who's a bronze, who's a high round bronze card. We have a low round gold, just a gold shortstop. We have a low round bronze, Will Wagner at second base. We have a 77 silver Shane Langeliers at catcher. We have Josh Jung at gold. And then we have, really, you don't have to worry about Teoscar. You're not going to get that overall. And then Mickey Moniak. That's a low bronze round in right field. So with the 1 day and 12 hours mark, if you get any of these cards, you're going to have to make sure you play within that time or else it's just a waste. Jordan Walker is a right fielder. Mickey Moniak's a right fielder. So we got to be thinking. We have a high and a low round bronze in our right field spot. We have a gold shortstop, a gold third baseman, a low bronze round for the second basemen, and a silver catcher. Got to keep those in mind. Got to keep those positions in mind and those overalls. In the 2 days and 17 hours and plus mark, we have Corbin Carroll, probably one of the better superchargers here because he has a really good swing. So we definitely want to be, now that we have even more at right field, we want to be saving that right field spot. Kyle Schwarber, he's going to be a left fielder. He's a high bronze round. Corbin Carroll is a silver. Ben Joyce, another great closing pitcher, but honestly, we're not worried about pitchers right now. And then Wyatt Langford is a silver. So remember, corner outfields are the guys that we need. So when we're drafting, you got to save those spots. And I'm telling you right now, you're really not going to get the perfect draft on the first go. So be prepared to redraft. Be prepared to spend a few stubs. Trust me, if you go 10-0 flawless, it'll all be worth it. And honestly, I have fun just drafting, man. It's kind of fun. So let's jump right into it. Remember, we're thinking about corner outfield spots. At the same time, we're also thinking about that third base position, the second base position, shortstop, catcher. So a lot of positions, but eventually those will dwindle down as you go on with the draft. You get your 99 round, you get a 99 guy off the bat. Really here, you got to be thinking, well, you got to first eliminate starting pitching. Never want to take a starting pitcher in your diamond rounds. That's because your starting pitchers are not going to have enough energy in 3 inning games as relievers do, and that tanks their value. You're not going to be able to use them because you have to rest them. They're not valuable in Battle Royale. So definitely we're skipping on Randy. I love Noah Syndergaard as a card, but to be honest, it doesn't justify taking him because really he's a DH, and that's not very valuable in Battle Royale because you want to target your 3 diamond rounds or maybe even your gold rounds and your high silver rounds with guys that will fit very valuable positions, meaning the middle infield, second base, shortstop, center field, or catcher, because at lower tiers, lower rounds, you're not going to get great guys who fit that, and you want guys with good defense, good hitting, switch hitting abilities at those positions. And so really wasting the spot on a DH is not the greatest. Trust me, I love Hank Aaron. I've actually had him in a few runs before, but to be honest, I'm going to go Jackie here, and that might be crazy to say, but we're trying to draft the greatest team possible. And if you look here, there are 1, 2, 3, three supercharges in the left field spot that are so good that really Hank Aaron's not worth it at this point. So we're going to take Jackie. Jackie can play a lot of positions, and that does eliminate the chance of getting Will Wagner, but that's okay. This is pretty obviously Chili Davis. I love Nolan Jones as a card, but he's a left fielder, and we really want to try and get those corner outfield spots secured with supercharges. And getting those spots filled up now will decrease the chance of getting them in later in the draft. Adley Rutschman, not that great. Altuve, probably never going to choose him in this type of draft. This is obviously Chili Davis. He's a good switch hitter, and I love Chili Davis' swing. This is kind of a complex here. You could go Trent Grisham, and I actually might go Trent Grisham just to try someone new. I've been taking Trevor Story recently, but I kind of want to get the chance to get Willy Adames. But again, it's kind of hard to get Willy Adames in a gold round because you do get gold rounds, you do get at least 1 to 2 gold rounds pretty early on in the draft, meaning when you have open slots everywhere, which also means that in those rounds, you're going to get a bunch of different positions in each round. So I might get a second baseman, a left fielder, a pitcher, and a catcher in my gold round when I'm looking for a shortstop. But even if I get a shortstop in that round, it's only going to be 1 shortstop. It's very hard to dwindle down your spots so a singular round has 1 position, like four shortstops. So it's really hard to get Willy Adames or any gold supercharges in this game. You have to get lucky. So here, I would go Trevor. You know, why not? Let's try Trent Grisham. Here is obviously Brock Burke. Crochet has better pronines. Again, we're always looking at velocity, pitch mix, clutch, and hit pronine, because in reality, you're really not going to be dotting with a lot of your pitchers you're going to be drafting. So pick guys with good pitch mixes and good pronines like hit pronine and clutch. So we're going to take Brock Burke because he has a sinker. So here's where you have to really bear down and really think about who you're picking for every round. And I'm going to say that for 2 reasons. Again, you have to make sure you're keeping track of those supercharges. You can always back out and take a peek at them. You can always refresh. But more importantly, there are a few different types of rounds, and the most important ones are the bronze rounds. You may be thinking, why bronzes? Not only are a lot of supercharges bronze rounds, but really because of the 2-tier system for bronze rounds. 1 tier is the low round bronze, which is the 65, like Nick Meyer, to the 69 overalls, kind of like Chase McDermott. So you're going to get 10 bronze rounds total. 5 of them are going to be of this tier, 65 to 69, and the other 5 are going to be 70 to 74. So you got to keep in mind how many bronze rounds you're getting, but also how many low tier bronze rounds and how many high tier bronze rounds you're getting. So we got to make sure we know who's in each type of tier. We have Mickey Moniak is a low tier bronze guy. Kyle Schwarber is a high tier bronze round guy, and Jordan Walker is also a high tier bronze round guy. Will Wagner is also a low tier bronze round guy, but remember, we're not really thinking about him because we have Jackie Robinson. But let's just piece it together one by one, the basics about Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a 3-inning game. In 3-inning games or shorter games, starting pitchers have less energy or less stamina than relievers. So that means that your bullpen is more important than your starting rotation. But a lot of people take that to an extreme, and I really do think it's very worth it to have 2 to 3 really good guys as your starters, or guys you can actually start and not have to worry. So here, this is really good, a good waste round. None of these guys are good, and yeah, mentally you got to remember that one of your low round bronzes are gone. So here, this is where you get your first diamond round, or your second diamond round, really. Never taking a starting pitcher. Really not taking a reliever. This is pretty obviously Kenley Jansen. Remember, we have 2 left field opportunities with Wyatt Langford and Kyle Schwarber. So getting Eloy Jimenez right now would actually jeopardize that. This would jeopardize getting Shea Langeliers, but again, catcher is a really good position to get as a diamond because it's worth it. So gotta take Kenley here. I love the switch hitting ability too. Here, this is remember, we're not taking corner outfielders. You got to save those spots. This is a high tier bronze round. You're gonna get Michael Fulmer here. He's pretty good. He's got a cutter, and Albert Suarez is not that bad, but pretty obviously we're gonna take Michael Fulmer here. Pretty good budget guy. This here, we could waste another round with Oderozzi. He's actually not that bad. He has a cutter, but we're gonna take Joel Payamps because he's got a really hard throwing sinker. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. Boom, 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 boom. This is why we keep our corner outfield supercharged spots open, man. This is very obviously Wyatt Langford. I love getting Tyler Holton in this game. Remember, you always want to get at least 3 lefties in your bullpen, but we got to deal with that later because you got to take Wyatt Langford here. That's a beautiful, beautiful way to start this BR draft off. This is a pretty bad silver round. Remember, our silver rounds that we have are Shea Langeliers. We just got Wyatt Langford and Corbin Carroll. So we don't want to take Tyron Taylor here. We love Corbin Carroll. We could get him in the other rounds. Nolan Arenado's not great. Hampson, we want to save that for maybe Willy Adames. This is pretty obviously Zach Gallen. He's not the greatest, to be honest. He doesn't have a sinker, and he throws a slow cutter. He's not going to get that many outs for us, but again, we're going for the best BR draft possible, and we got to make sacrifices for that. Here, you could probably waste... Yeah, here we're going to waste a starter. So now we've wasted already 2 starters. So ideally, we're going to try and fill this up with at least 1 more really good starter. And there it is right there. Matt Waldron, knuckleballer, obviously going on the squad. So now we have... Yeah, now we have 2 good starters in Zach Gallen and Matt Waldron. Here, I could go Vince Velasquez. He's a pretty good waste starter. But I really don't like that. We're going to go with him. We're going to have to choose the common for something else. Oh, no. I thought we were going to get Josh Jung here. So like I said, if you have a lot of positions open, meaning bullpen, starter, and all the actual position players, if you have a lot of those slots open, they're going to give you one of different positions every round until it starts dwindling down. So right now, obviously, Jorge Soler is a great Battle Royale card, but... the issue is here, there's a very low chance we actually get Josh Jung or Willy Adames in 1 round of gold, because as it circles around, they're going to be giving us more cards. So obviously, I would have rather have gotten a closer or a relief pitcher here. So we're going to take Manny Machado, and we're going to basically lose our chance of getting Josh Jung. Manny Machado is pretty good in this game, but Elvis Andrews is not decent enough to choose over the chances of getting Willy Adames. And remember, right field, we want to save that slot. So we're going to take Manny, and that might bite us in the back eventually, but we're going to have to deal with it for now. Bruzdar, obvious choice, cutter, sinker, bang. Like I said, this is why you do it. This is why you do it. You get Mickey Moniak. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. So now we have left field and right field secured. Now we really want to use the next gold rounds for either Willy Adames or any other shortstop. I'm fine with getting a gold shortstop that isn't Willy Adames, but I want a gold shortstop. So here, Craig Kimbrell got a decent mix. Trent Thornton has a good mix, but he's always playing down for some reason. Here I'd love to go Ryan O'Hearn, actually, because we can platoon him with someone else. And Willie Castro's pretty good, but he's playing down 13. It's either one of these 2 guys, and I'm going to take O'Hearn because O'Hearn just rakes in the game, and that's just a fact. Here, we're going to take Austin Davis here. Tyler Kinley's pretty good. He's got a hard throwing sinker. He's got good pitching clutch for a bronze, and Ortiz is not that bad. But between Kinley and Davis, I want to make sure I have my 3 good lefties, and I'm pretty confident in Austin Davis. He's only a 68, but he's got decent pitch clutch and a good sinker with the circle change. So we're gonna take him, and pretty obviously here we're gonna take Mr. Ryan Thompson. Ryan Thompson has a kind of a submarine slot throw, so we're gonna take Ryan Thompson. Good sinker baller. A really good bullpen round. We have Taylor Scott has a great per nines. He has a sinker too, but we got to take Chris Sale. You guys already know it's Chris Sale. Oh man, I wanted my shortstop, but they gave me Elvis Andrews again. That's unfortunate. Does Cade Smith have a good mix? I know he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. Okay. So to be honest, here it's either Sims, Cade Smith, or Robertson. Robertson's the least sexy out of all of them. He has the lowest pitching clutch out of all of them, but he's got the greatest mix, and that's enough for me. Okay, now this is where we really have to bear down. So we got to start thinking at the end game. You're going to be getting rounds. Because we only have 1 slot open this whole round. I already knew my next round was just going to be shortstops. Because I didn't get a gold shortstop that I wanted, I chose a reliever. So, and that left us with a silver or lower shortstop. It's a gamble, but that's okay. Here is pretty obviously Fitzgerald or Nico Goodrum. And you guys know we're taking Nico Goodrum every single time. Oh my god, they are cooking. They are cooking. Holy crap, this team is insane. Okay. Okay. We're gonna take Castro and we're gonna just put him somewhere. He's just gonna have to play somewhere. This is obviously Kenley Jansen's gonna play every game, so we're just gonna take our backup catcher right now. Here, I could have taken. There's a chance I could have gotten a catcher there, but that's fine. Here we're gonna take the guy with the most positional advantage and the most speed, because there is a good chance we need a speed guy, and this is Garrett Hampson. And maybe we get another Supercharge. No, we don't. This is gonna be probably just a pinch hitter. Yeah, Randy Rosarena. Okay, that's a good team. I know I said getting 3 Supercharge players is more optimal because there's so many options, but this is a more than good enough team to play. So let's change the lineup, and I'll be back when I'm done with the lineup, and I'll explain why. Okay, I've just reordered the rotation and the lineup. Just to visualize, Matt Waldron's going to be our #1 guy, and you got to remember that because pitchers need energy after every game, so you got to rest people and kind of predict when later in the run they're going to pitch. So knowing who your #1 is very important, and knowing who your #2 is important, and knowing who your #3, maybe even 4 is important. So Matt Waldron's going to be our #1. He's probably going to be pitching our second game. Zach Gallen's going to be the one starting it off for us, or Vince Velasquez. These 3 are the guys we're going to be relying on out of the starting rotation. The bullpen, Brock Burke and Chris Sale, I'm going to try and use the least out of in the first few games. Austin Davis is really going to be the workhorse guy for the left-handed relievers through the first few games, and you guys will understand why I'm not going to be using our better guys later. Pyomps is going to be the guy we're going to be using first out the pen, then probably Fulmer, and then to close games off is going to be Robertson and Gratterall, and maybe even Ryan Thompson. So that's how you have to visualize your pitchers. You got to remember what spots you're going to be using them, because the energy does matter. The moment you guys have been waiting for, how I'm setting the lineup. Leading off, you got to go Jackie Robinson. The most important thing in Battle Royale is you have to put your #1 guys in the top of the lineup. You can't really put your 99s, you can't really put your high diamond rounds at the lower parts of your line. You can't put them 4th, to be honest. It's just with how less at bats you get, and with my method where you're pacing less good players, you want to be able to hit home runs early on in the lineup, and it's just worth it to have them up there. To be honest, I'd honestly maybe even debate going Mickey Moniak batting second over Kenley, but I don't know how what Mickey Moniak's swing is like, so for now, we'll put Kenley at second. Wyatt Langford's going to bat third. I love Wyatt Langford's swing. Mickey Moniak's going to bat 4th. Chili Davis is batting 5th. He's never going to leave the lineup. He's a DH, but he's never leaving. Willie Castro is going to bat 6 at third base. I love Willie Castro cards. Honestly, I have him leading off if the team wasn't as good. Ryan O'Hearn's will be playing first. Machado is going to be the one who's going to be platooning with him. I know it looks weird. I'm platooning someone who's a gold on the bench. with a gold or with a silver in the starting lineup, but it's just how it be. Like, if I'm in a late situation where I need a hit against the left-hander, I'm gonna put in Manny Machado and we'll be just fine. Then Nico Goodrum's gonna be at shortstop for us. Nico Goodrum's automatic there, and Trent Grisham's gonna be batting last. He really kind of is our free out, to be honest, but he's pretty good against righties, and I'm not mad at that. Again, we'll probably be using Arozarena only off the bench, and then Garrett Hampson as our defensive replacement or our speed guy. And then here's our backup catcher if we had to pinch run Kenley. This isn't actually like my favorite draft. Like, I only have 2 supercharges, but the reason I'm keeping this draft is because I got Kenley, and I got Willie Castro and Nico Goodrum. Like, if you get switch hitters, like, you have to play with them. So that's how you draft. Now, for the next section of the video, I'm going to be playing one Battle Royale game of this run, and then I'm going to continue this run with my next 2 videos, which is going to be the full-length BR run. And, yeah, so let's jump right into that. So the front half of this video was, how to draft, how I like to draft, but the second half of the video is really going to be split in kind of 2-ish parts. 1, explaining the queuing method, and 2, playing my first game of this run. I'm actually going to be playing the rest of the run in the Battle Royale full run series in the next 2 videos, so you'll be seeing this if I don't lose this game, which hopefully I don't. I'm telling you right now, you have to cheese the mod. You have to cheese Battle Royale. This is just how you do it. This is how you get easy opponents every single time in a Battle Royale. And that really only matters for the end of the run, but you'll see what I mean. First of all, you got to choose a park that you're going to get rewarded for. And you kind of have to choose a small park, because a lot of the times you're not going to really getting good outfielders in Battle Royale, and that's just a fact. You're not going to be getting good ones with good reaction or good speed. You might have Giancarlo Stanton in left field. You might have Kyle Schwarber in left field. So you have to choose parks where your guys can make plays, because nothing is worse than a poorly fielded double, and honestly that feels worse than a Shield Woods home run. So I like choosing Shield Woods, but a good alternative if you think that's a little too small and you rage too much at Shield Woods is Ship-It Stadium. Ship-It Stadium is still very viable for BR. It's a little bigger. So I like Ship-It Stadium, but I honestly go Shield Woods nowadays. Again, anytime's fine. I like to go October at night. Right now, I'm going to take a screenshot of this and just put this up for a little bit. So I'm going to back out of this queue, and I'm going to explain the rating mod. Okay, so while you're looking at this picture, I want you to realize that at the start of every Battle Royale run, you're going to be matching up really early. And that's for one main reason. The rating window of Battle Royale is based on where you are in your run. So that means if you just drafted, or if you were 0-0 or 1-0 in your Battle Royale run, and you queue up very quickly with someone, that means MLB The Show has found you an opponent with a similar record as yourself, which means that you're probably going to face someone who just drafted, or it's a very low stakes game. Like, they're not playing for their 10-0 and you're not either. But on the flip side, the rating window also works that if you are 9-0, if you're 7-0, if you're 8-0, if you're 10-0, and that rating mod stops very quickly, like this says, and it says opponent found very quickly, then that means you also found an opponent with a similar record, meaning that it might be a very high leverage game for both of you guys, which means they could also be 7, 8, 9-0 as well. And so that is where the method comes into play. And so the method to Battle Royale, for me at least, and what I think can help you guys out to go flawless more, actually comes into play in the latter half of your runs. So maybe like 5-0 and more, when you kind of have to get serious about, your run and going flawless. So for the first few games where you're kind of facing kids who are not really high in their runs in the first place, so they're not that good at the game, you can definitely get away with finding opponents right away. That's for dang sure. But when you get to that threshold, when you start playing players that are taking BR serious and they do deserve to have high records in Battle Royale, and that's really when you have to apply the method of getting the rating mod, bam, this far or more. So if you look at the screenshot, you got the brackets and you got the arrow. At that arrow, you want your rating mod to be around there when you find an opponent. You may be asking, how do I get the opponent to match up with me at that point. Like, I can't control the time that SDS matches me with someone. And, well, your answer is play when less people are playing. And so what I call attacking the threshold of when everyone gets off of MLB The Show is kind of around 2 to 3 a.m. When you play your latter half of your runs at 2 to 3 a.m., there are two things that happen. One, there are less people playing the game, which means that there is more time, ample time, for your rating window to go to that arrow. Number two, people that play the game at 2 to 3 a.m. usually do not really care about the game. I've played so many different types of players at 2 to 3 a.m. I've played goons, but most importantly, and more than likely, you are going to match up with people with losing records, with really no care in the game. They'll probably quit. They will have, random BR teams. They're not going to make the best team possible. And that's really just how video games work. More people get off to go to sleep when they are more serious about the game. And then some people, they're just say, F it, let's just hop on MLB The Show at 3 a.m. to just make a BR team. Well, I've never played BR, might as well just try it. And then they get on and you basically target them in the rating mod. So if that makes any sense, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. That's just how it is. Like, I've had a lot of 10-0 games or 9-0 games where the kids had a losing record in ranked seasons, and I've had a lot of 7-0 and 8-0 games like that. And honestly, that's the method. You just have to wait for a good time to queue, or if you don't want to play at 2 or 3 a.m., you got to just keep exiting out of quick queues and try and wait at least for that bar to be in the middle of the rating mod. So that's the queuing method. Let's jump right into the first game. All right, so as we're queuing into this game, we're probably going to find an opponent right away. Okay, we found an opponent right away. And that's fine. For the first few games, it's totally fine playing someone who's 3-0, who's around the same as you. Here, you're going to choose your number 2 guy. All right, we're going to be facing Chris Bassett. This guy's got one Supercharge player, but he hasn't really changed his lineup where it's effective enough. Oh, God, we're playing in Yankee Stadium. Yikes. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be the only game that I'm going to be playing in this run in this video. But remember, I'm going to be playing the rest of this run in the next 2 videos. So if you want to stay tuned to that, definitely do that. A lot of the rating and queuing stuff will be highlighted in that video, especially as I get down the line on the run. I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get down the line on the run. This is a pretty good team I drafted. So let me just tell you guys how I think throughout the games and the approach, I guess. So I just took the first 2 strikes because I like, especially in BR, to take the first 2 pitches. Chris Bass has a sinker and a cutter, but this guy also has a 50 win percentage or 500 win percentage. Not the greatest. I don't expect the greatest kind of pitches from this guy. I don't expect the greatest sequencing out this guy. So I'm expecting another hittable fastball here. Beautiful. Got it right there, but we fouled it off. That's fine. This is a great team. In BR, you have 3 innings. You got to make each at-bat count. Okay, that's got to go foul, or else I'm just yapping. Oh my God, it's fair. Wow, that's crazy. Like I said, or as I was saying, you have to take pitches in this game. Yeah, you're only guaranteed 6 batters every game. If you're home, 9 if you're away. So that means you have to take pitches, and you have to be willing to kind of wait for your pitch. Unless if you're setting one like that. So I'm gonna be in my regular hitting approach in this video. But it's gonna be I'm gonna try and talk through it. Good thing this guy's not very great, and I can still maybe hit well with that. That's just a dot. All right, let's see Mickey Moniak swing. Is that gone in Yankee? Can that be gone, please? Yeah, it's gone. I bet. Like I said, it's against harder opponents. You really have to pay attention to your approach. But against lower opponents who just spam sinkers and cutters inside the zone, and I just know it's coming, I'm fine with swinging first pitch. But remember, rule of thumb really against a good player is to really wait for your pitch. Like, I'm not going to swing at that. That's just an utter dot. Unless I'm,
Ball one's the
like,
count.
super expecting it, I'm not going to really want to swing at that. Like, that's low. See, like, I don't really have, I don't have to put great swings on right now because this guy's just throwing it down the middle, basically. No, it's a switch. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so right here, we could go Manny, and I'm going to go Manny. Again, I love having a platoon option, especially at first base. Alright, that's going to get a run in. That's a bad swing. Good thing we're getting our trash swings out right now. Is that going to get a run in? Yes, very, very... Okay, it's not. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so because this guy's not very good, we're going to try and go at least 2 innings with Zach Gallen. We're not really going to get much use out of our bullpen right now because I honestly don't think this guy's going to... Why do I talk? I don't think this guy's really gonna eat into our bullpen that much. So because of the way that starters lose energy so quick and they need like at least 4 games to regain all of it, you can afford using a starter for more than 2 innings, especially if they're getting 2 outs in, was that 3 pitches? Oh, that's a bad swing. That's fine. So the issue with this guy's lineup is he has Kyle Schwarber batting 5th.
Oh!
Someone shut my mouth. The issue with this guy's lineup is that his Kyle Schwarber, his Supercharge player, is batting 5th. That's just so inefficient. Yeah, I don't know why I'm throwing changeups. I should be just throwing gas and. Yep. All right, so we gave up 2, but I don't know.
Runs the count.
Perfect.
I mean, I love Jackie, but you generally want to try and get a power hitter for your 99 overall. He's going to get you singles and doubles, triples maybe even, but that's fine. All right, McGill's a outlier pitcher. Okay, why would you bring him in if you're going to throw a curveball right down the middle? See, this is the type of player I would get with the method. I would get this guy against me in my 10-0 game. Pretty obviously, you can do some base running against these kids too. So I'm trying to get out of the habit of starting down here, so I might be trash this run. All right, he's pretty obviously just gonna try to walk me here. Unless I get something really in the zone, I'm not gonna swing. This is why I hate talking during gameplays. I just suck.
Perfect.
Perfect. Chili Davis. I'm gonna try and get a quit out this guy so we don't have to waste any bullpen guys. Up the middle. Should be getting through. Easy score. That's gone. Yep, he's out of here. Yep, bye-bye. Alright, so that's gonna wrap up the video. The next, I'm gonna literally right after this, I'm going to start playing the run. Hopefully we can get to 10-0. Hopefully it's an entertaining series. So hope you guys enjoyed. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll be ready to answer them either in videos or with replies. Let me know. I know I talked a lot in this video, so you guys might have a lot of questions. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helped, and you'll see it more in action in the next few videos. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.